All right, good evening. Welcome to Waltzing Around Responsibility. Another Toonkind at 12 frames per second. I'm Kraken. I'll be playing a younger Craigory Danthew. And with me tonight,
Hi, I'm Babble. I will be playing a slightly younger Winn. Probably in his mid to late 30s.
oh, great. Now I'm thinking about the math of it because we have definite numbers between the two of us in general, but I don't have the brains. Yeah, mid 30s. It tracks. When I was pitching this to you, I said Craigory was like 16, so 5 years ago, almost six.
Oh god, no, Winn is 40. Okay. He's straight up just fucking 40.
5 or 6 years ago. The point is, Craigory's no longer a young adult. We're going back in time to when this is a teenager. And on this 5 years ago timeline, when I think you get, maybe not a message, but on one of your probably regular meetups with your good friend Janelope, she has an interesting proposition for you.
Okay. Usually, I feel like he's a bit wary of this because, this be how they be, and they know how they both are.
I like how
I
Wynn's
have an interesting
automatically
proposition
running
for you.
to.
Have some fucking hell.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's anything of that nature this time because what Wynn picks up from Jenny, what Janelope's laying down, is that her nephew, Craigory, who's been with her for a few years at this point, he joined up with the town's wizard guild a bit ago and has come home
God.
just recently complaining, the sulky way teenagers do, that they are expecting him to attend a party and also to know how to dance. Which he does not know how to do, and he does not want to go.
I mean, unfortunately, if it's mandatory, he's gonna have to. And if he has to, he might as well make it fun. It's a wizard party. Wizards, everybody knows that they're fucking boring as shit. At least until somebody spikes the punch.
Says the resident level 20 wizard.
Usually he may or may not be the one to spike the punch.
I don't know if Wynn has ever been to a party that includes the Wizard Guild, but aside from the fact that he's not a member of their illustrious membership, he's probably also straight up banned. Just hearing this.
I mean, I don't think any interaction that Wynn would have had with these people, considering how you've expressed to me they are, he probably would have seen them as beneath him.
Ha!
In, like, that kind of academic, stuck-up way. But have been very subtle about it.
Oh, that gets fun. But the point stands. Craigory needs a dance tutor, and technically, the guild has been like, oh yeah, one of your instructors will do it, and Craigory has looked at that and said, no. He doesn't really like any of them.
Have a nice. Again, understandable, have a nice. Wynn probably doesn't trust them to dance on their own 2 feet.
Yep. So
honestly,
Janelope's...
he's probably just like...
Yeah?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You go.
Ah! Wynn's probably just hearing this and just like, send him here. I will teach him how to dance. I don't. No. They're not going to teach him how to dance. They're going to teach him how to flop. That's what they're going to do. You want real dancing? Bring him to me. Come on.
Oh, good. Excellent. Here I thought I might have to bribe you.
I mean, that'd be nice, but I'm not going to make you. I don't want him to just end up like whatever they think that they are. Nobody loves you and your mother's disappointed.
But
Apologies, it's a dog.
big buffing in the background. But, and so dawns a day where indeed Craigory is shuttled. Where is this taking place? Is this at Winn's place? Is there somewhere he's thought of that would be a good spot? And Babble's BRB. I totally missed that. Intermission time, folks. Pause that recording. Unpause. Hello.
Hello. God.
So, I think my question then following that is, where is this taking place? Has Winn picked out a particular spot? Is this at Winn and Flamingo's home? Where is deemed a good spot to learn dance?
God. Honestly, I feel like he probably would have, for like maybe a couple hours, rented a local dance studio. Or just like one room of it.
Aha. No half-assing this.
No, absolutely not. You will learn to dance, and you will learn the way that Winn will deem appropriate. Which,
Yep.
Would actually just be in like a dance studio room.
Cool. It's a dance studio. It's got the hardwood floors. It's got the bars along the wall. There is a gramophone here. Winn probably has to bring his own music. But
absolutely, and he definitely has, like, in his arms, a couple of records.
Haha. So it's bare bones, but it's set up and ready to go. All Winn is currently missing is the actual student. Would Winn like to make a perception?
Oh, I love Winn's perception so much. Level 20 wizard, still fuck all in perception.
Exact same mood for Craigory, no modifiers. What?
Starting it off great, just absolutely wonderful.
God. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Well, it's like the most entertaining.
For the audience, that's a nat 1.
It sure is. Oh, Lord. I keep on forgetting. I don't have to type in the thing. I'm going to roll a physical dice. Let's see. Craigory is going to roll stealth. Which is an 8. Which obviously still beats Winn's nat 1. But it's also, this is a 16-year-old who is still figuring out how his gangly growing limbs work. He's in that awkward giraffe stage. And so,
understandable, have been nice.
Here's the thing. Craigory had gotten dropped off at the dance studio by his aunt, who said, yeah, Winn, you know Winn. Winn's in there. Winn's going to teach you to dance. You can stop whining now. You can thank me later. And Craigory, knowing that she was watching him, went inside the building, but was like, I'm just going to sneak out the back. I have no intention of doing this. So 8 stealthing throughout the building, but Winn spots Winn in the rented studio. Winn, who is no thoughts, head empty, seeing nothing. And Craigory decides, well, all right, it's too tempting a target. He's got it. He's got to sneak up on the wizard. He's got to do a little boo.
He's probably staring at his watch as he waits.
Well, Craigory just creaks up, and the door distinctly creaks as it opens, but Winn notices nothing. Creak,
Yeah, no.
slide in,
Probably
squeal, closes. The hinges are rusty. And I think
Imagine, throughout this, Winn turns towards the gramophone, but it is just to the point where he's out of view. Gregory's out of view of him. Goes to put a record on.
Oh, and taking a quick look at the effects of prestidigitation, this is how Craigory's gonna go about being a little shit, and hopefully startling the bejesus out of his aunt's friend. Just gonna get up right behind Winn, who he is taller at this point, 16, but very much taller than Winn's 5'1", 3?
5'3", so the easy way to remember that is he's just my height.
You say that like your height is common knowledge, but alright.
I mean, I have said it so often in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
I am just 5'3".
Winn doesn't even clock the shadow that falls over him as he's messing with the gramophone. And
There is weed music in his head.
yeah. Hands slam down on the shoulders, spark of prestidigitation, shower of sparks just for effect, and little shit of a teenager Craigory yells, "Gotcha!"
Alright. Let me make a save. And that's a disadvantage, I feel, because of the nat fucking 1.
Yeah. Ha!
I mean,
How does Winn play
I'm gonna
this?
say that you absolutely... You get a squeak, and, you can physically see his, hair do the Ghiblian thing of being startled. And he turns around and he just... You are a little shit.
And Craigory is skipping up backwards, out of grabbing range, and is just sticking out the tongue. You're the one who wasn't paying attention.
Your aunt raised you well.
She hasn't raised me at all.
We can touch on that later.
Throw the whole suitcase. And Craigory just kind of looks at his wrist, which distinctly has no watch, and goes, "It was funny seeing you here, but wow, look at the time. I'm gonna go."
I excuse you, don't even think about it. And he gets his wand. And God, what is the spell that I know he has? He has some kind of... He casts Gust to slam the door. Closed.
It closes with a squeal of hinges.
understanding that you need to learn how to dance.
I don't need to learn how to dance if I'm not going to the stupid ball thing.
It's mandatory, is it not?
Well, like, mandatory quotation marks because, newsflash, no one can make anyone go anywhere? I don't want to go, so I'm not going. Simple as that.
Well, I mean, unless you want to lose your spot on the guild.
Is it really that important? Like, it can't be that important.
Formal events are usually that important to wizards.
And
Whine all you want, I intend to make this fun.
And Craigory is just sunk to the floor, to the knees, and then just face down on the floor.
Alright, what do you want to learn first? You wish to learn how to waltz, or do you want to learn swing?
Head lifts a bit and is, like, peeking up suspiciously at Winn. Let's swing.
There's... Swing? Alright. And, using levitation, with his... Again, he has a very dainty little wand. With the flick of his wrist, he, switches the waltz music that he had initially put on, and bounces the record along the gramophone for a minute, and then just flops it in there, and starts playing. Okay.
Huh.
Now, come on, stand up. Let's have some fun. Because at formal events, what they don't tell you is that someone always spikes the punch.
Is that someone you? And Craigory, he does get up. He's still putting on a show of sulky, but like the energy of the music is interesting because hey, this doesn't sound stuffy.
These events are only stuffy if you make it stuffy, and while everybody else usually intends to do so, I, for one, wish to have a little fun when I go to parties.
Hey, so if I find out if they do like a +1 thing, can I just take you?
You cut out at the end.
Oh no. I don't know if they do a +1 sort of thing, but if they do, can I just take you?
If it weren't for the fact that I'm pretty sure that I'm banned from the Wizards Guild, I would agree.
You're what? Oh, what'd you do?
The Wizard Guild and I don't really get along. God, what did I do? What didn't I do? That's an excellent question. I'm not sure I remember.
Fine. Okay. I'll do the swing dance thing, and you have to tell me about some of the stuff you did, because that sounds hilarious. And Craigory is fully on his feet, and he's never done any sort of structured dance before. He doesn't know what to do or what comes next.
Well, a good way to start is by taking Winn's hand, which he does offer, because there can be swing with two people.
And Craigory takes it.
And I don't really know shit about walking someone through dancing, but I am going to roll a performance for Winn as he's doing this, and he is explaining. Going slow at first, absolutely, and using funny terms to make it more entertaining for a teenager. And this is a +10. Craigory, you are free to that. That's a 9, but it's got a +10
+10 modifier.
So it's a 19.
Jeez. Well, Craigory will do performance in turn, his negative modifier in performance, as he tries to follow along. Yeah, that's a 12. It's not terrible. He's not quite doing the thing where he trips over his own 2 big feet on his 2 long legs, but it's not graceful, and he's very much concentrating very hard on what all his limbs are doing and going slow.
Try not to think too hard about it. It's more so about how you feel when you move.
But then what's the point of there being steps?
I mean, all dance really is steps. Sure, but... How to explain... There is no one way to do a dance.
Craigory just looks very frustrated at that statement.
God, I'm not fucking good at words on this, and Winn is not either.
Winn's just like, it's what you feel, and Craigory's like, well, that doesn't sound right.
I mean... He stops for a moment. And, he's going to cast Levitate again. Switch the music to the waltz again. But this time he's also going to open a closet and, pull out a table. With, like, a bowl. And that's another thing to fill it with punch. I'm not gonna say what because I don't fucking know, and I'm just having fun here. Fuck you.
We're here to have fun. Is Winn demonstrating how to liven up a party?
He's going to. Okay. Think about it like this. Usually you have an objective that you want, right? Let's say the objective is to get through a crowd of people who are also dancing on the dance floor. Either to talk to someone you find attractive, or to spike punch. Come with me over here and, let me set up some dummies that we have to dance around.
Skeptical look, but comes on over.
They are on one corner of the room, and then the punch bowl is on the other corner of the room, opposite of them. Like, diagonally. So it's pretty decently far.
Alright.
And, he is setting up chairs, sideways tables and stuff, dodge. Again, very much so just heavily using his magic, because fuck you.
Enjoy this while you can, Winn.
He absolutely fucking did. Very reliant on it. And, afterwards, he turns, and he says, now let's try to dodge those people. Quote unquote.
Are the dummies just standing there still, or is there movement going on?
There is slight movement in a kind of, like, waltzing formation, but it's slow. Snail's pace, so to speak.
Kraken kind of gives Winn a look and says, so, can't we just walk through that?
We can, but do you honestly want to be that obvious? if you get caught spiking the punch, you could end up banned like me, and that's not what you want, is it?
Oh. Okay, got you.
There's a method to my madness.
I mean, I always thought it was more madness to your method, but alright.
A little bit of both, depending on the day. Anyway. Come on. Let's dance. And rolling performance again.
Yep.
He is absolutely... God. Winn, what the fuck?
Well, the good news is, they've both rolled 15. So they're not tripping over each other.
Okay, good, good.
It's a market improvement for Craigory. Are they just sort of waltzing between the obstacles?
Mm-hmm. Now you don't want to just completely head towards the punch. You want to go around a few people every once in a while, and then make your way, once you get to the other side of the room, make your way to the corner.
Okay.
Just because we have an objective doesn't mean that we can't take our time.
Yeah. Winn, you could roll insight if you like, but this seems to have caught Craigory's attention quite well.
I love the insight. It's a straight up 20.
Well, that's a 5. Craigory is cooperating, and yeah, this approach has, again, gotten his attention. There's a gleam in his eye, you know, penchant for mischief that all youngsters have. And 15 and 15, he's basically doing a good job of mimicking what Winn is doing. It's not so much that he knows on his own what to do, it's just copying Winn quite carefully.
So you've gotten down copying. Let's try to get your eyes focused on me. Maybe focus on my glasses because I know that they're funny looking. And not so much where our feet are. Focus more so on the feeling in your feet as they floor.
I'm going to roll a dex just to see if Craigory immediately steps on Winn's feet.
Go for it.
Well, 11. Winn's feet do not get trodden on, but the quality of dance definitely takes a bit of a dip.
That's fine. That is to be expected. Alright. As soon as they get close to the punch bowl, because of the fact that it did take a bit of a dip, he is going to twirl Craigory away. And then start going the opposite direction.
Oh!
Like a little shit.
Craigory had not been expecting that, so he just kind of wobbles on the turn. Has Winn, like, had them both change direction, or has Winn let go and just, like, spun off?
Nope, they're both changing direction, making sure that they are still dancing together so that way he can continue to learn, because Winn is also just letting the music and his feet take him places.
Yep. Best way to learn is just to do. So, yeah, there's a squawk as Craigory is, in his eyes, suddenly spun out, and oh my god, oh, they're going a new direction. Oh, but the bull's over there, but, yeah, right, confusing paths, yes.
Confusing paths, yeah. Mm-hmm. You haven't quite learned entirely, so let's keep practicing. We'll see that as the end goal. You get to spike the punch, and maybe I might let you have some.
Oh, you've just dangled something real dangerous in front of a teen there. Oh, yeah. Craigory's in this now. So on that, I think it's just gonna do.
Listen, I never said what he's spiking the punch with.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a fun, funky magic potion, probably, that makes you grow ears. And performance is a 7. Jesus.
Okay. All right.
So that's a 7 and a 29? Plus 10 modifier to performance. Win what? Good lord.
He has been doing this for a long time.
A long time. Please imagine my visual is Winn is just now, you know, a bit of a gentle sink or swim going on. Winn is just going all out, and Craigory's being spun around and moved around. And he's just trying not to, like, stumble and let go.
I think let's see if Winn fucking notices. Please notice, you idiot. That's a 13. I'm gonna say he notices. And it would be at that point that he stops. Make sure to keep Craigory balanced so that he doesn't fall over. And now he looks contemplative, trying to think of what would help him. I personally have no idea.
Would Winn like to offer Winn the chance of another insight? Buddy! It's another 5!
He's so many thoughts head full, and it's not focused on people. It's like, how the fuck to help him? I'm gonna roll again, because eventually he would look over at Craigory and be like, alright, how can I get...
It's worse. 2. Oh my god. Craigory's putting up pretty well with being, you know, spun and moved about. Honestly, he's got enough grace to not fall in his butt, and with Winn's 29, I'm sure Winn would not let him fall even if Craigory completely ate shit and tripped.
Oh no, if he completely, like, ate shit and tripped, Winn would have done that thing that he did with Vava and used his own weight and momentum to counter that and then take it into a dip.
It's a good FPS right there, but also the fact that Craigory does not have the stamina much for this, so despite having the absolute most shit insight, there is then, like, tap 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 on Winn's arm, just like, can we take a breather?
Yes, absolutely. Since the punch hasn't been spiked yet, it should be fine.
That gets a look like Craigory's concern of, what do you mean, what happens when the spike is punched? Spike is punched. Sure, we'll keep that sentence. But hands on knees and wheezing. Because dance is a sport,
Mm,
and I stand by this.
it fucking is, though.
So, Winn, like, is waltz and swing all I would need to know? Because, like, no one's really specified. Like, when people say dance, there's a lot of those, right?
There's many different kinds of dance, yes. Usually there are... How many kinds of dance are there? See, there's the waltz, there's Charleston, there's the tango. And I am like just now realizing that 2 of those are considered rather ludicrous. And
Does Winn just start
he is
listing
now
off
realizing
names?
that, yeah, listing off names of dances, trying to figure out like, and he's coming to the realization that the vast majority of the dances that first come to mind for him are the ones that he did in his younger days to make things more lively.
Craigory is just hearing a long list of dances that he's never heard of, probably, and doesn't know the steps for, and they're all probably extremely different. He doesn't know which he would be expected to know, or, oh god, what if people actually did the thing where they asked him, even with
So
Winn's crap's insights, Craigory's like overthinking this.
the vast majority of the dances that I know are not ones that you would be required to learn. From my own experiences with wizarding formal events, the waltz is the primary one that you would need to focus on.
Alright. So I guess I guess we better just do that. How long do I need to be at these things? When can I dip out without people being unreasonable?
Uh, um, well, you see, when you turn parties into an actual party, you tend to stay longer than you are supposed to.
I don't want
For
to stay
many
longer.
reasons.
That's a lot of people, Winn.
I'm unfortunately very aware, my dear. Craigory, a party is what you make of it. It's sure, it's at many points it is supposed to be a formal event where you gather with a bunch of other wizards who think they know what they're saying and communicate about the magic that you have both learned over the past couple minutes that you haven't interacted with them, and argue professionally over whether or not their theories on the ethereal planes having donuts is ethical.
Is there a but in there?
Yes, there is a but. It is those kinds of parties which tend to be the most fun when you crash them.
Alright.
And in order to do that without getting detected, you do tend to have to be there for a little bit.
Yeah, just long enough to make things exciting, and then I can leave.
And then you can leave, yes.
Okay, game plan. People should have just let out with this. Like, I can leave. Great.
You have to leave undetected, but yes.
Oh, psh. You didn't see me. I am the master stealth.
My dear boy, my sight and hearing aren't the best.
It's like, I've only been caught like 3 times in places I shouldn't be in the guild. I am so good at stealth. Actually, maybe 4.
Okay, then let's test that theory. Come with me. Let's play a game of hide and seek.
Okay, in here?
No. I believe our time here is almost up, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And, he uses his wand to clean up everything and, grab his records, puts them in his hammer space, and, locking up. Respectful. The punch is now following them, though.
The punch.
Yes, he is not forgetting that. He did tell Craigory that was his reward.
Well, Craigory's following along. He, has seemed to... He has relaxed some since first coming in here. It seems like the idea of A, be a nuisance, B, a sort of blank permission to leave when he would like. Yeah, he's feeling better about things.
Alright. And the place that he's taking him now seems to be a park, but it's a weirdly wooded one. There's a lot of trees and places to hide. It is essentially a rogue's paradise. And I'm gonna have some fun with this. Give me just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Winn is going to cast Fog Cloud around the both of them. I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand to see if he can hide the fact that he's doing this.
I mean, the fact that fog appears is already pretty unsubtle.
I mean, yes, but he's just trying to hide the fact that he's casting it.
Well, alright, I'd say with a 25, I don't... The only thing Craigory could possibly match that with is a nat 20 in investigation.
If he wants to, he can.
For funsies. That's a 3. No. There was just fog now.
Alrighty, let me find Winn's stealth. And I think he would have advantage because of the fact that now there is fog fucking everywhere. Okay.
17.
Suddenly, Winn is gone.
Winn? Turning on the spot. Are we starting now? Okay. What is the roll, do you call? Is it investigation? Is it perception?
I'm gonna go with investigation.
Okie doke.
For both of us, since it's better for both of us.
Well,
I think actually to make it more fair, it would be investigation for Craigory and then perception for Winn.
well, that's an 8. 8 investigation from Craigory. Winn has
Goodness,
disappeared. The fog has rolled in. Listen, Babble, you know how this wizard is about directions. He has just instantly gotten turned around.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't know where anything fucking is, let alone Winn.
Winn can do some fun things.
Mm-hmm.
Winn can have fun and turn him around even more.
Oh, God.
He'll teach him how to dance. Just, it might be through a wizard duel. Battling is just dancing. But more aggressive.
I can see why Vava likes him.
Alright, so I'm gonna say that he's casting Magic Missile, but he's intentionally just missing.
Magic Missile is like always an automatic hit. Can you modify it?
I mean, like, I'm saying that it's only just missing because, fuck it, we're here to have fun.
We're here to have fun. Winn's an extremely high-level caster. If anyone knows how to make a Magic Missile not do its thing properly, it'd be Winn. Alright. So, like, a Magic Missile or two goes screaming past.
It's probably hitting near his feet.
Yeah, and he's jumping back. He's like, wait, what? I thought this height... Hey!
Start dancing, kiddo.
What? That's not... Hey! Oh my god. Dance, fucker, dance. Yeah, you never had a chance. Oh dear. And oh, none of Craigory's cantrips are.
Fun fact about this.
Uh-huh.
Fun fact about this. This particular kind of park forest, the trees get up and move sometimes, and that's what they're doing at the moment.
Oh my god. Can he see that happening, or is he?
Their roots just kind of like start moving, and then they uproot themselves and start walking on their roots.
Considering Craigory grew up, can I roll like something like a history? Has he ever seen anything like this before?
I'm literally just making this up and pulling this out of my ass because I think it would be fun. So I don't know.
Well, with a 15, feel like he's heard about trees that do this, or maybe areas of the woods where he grew up that had similar phenomena, but he's not quite seen it himself. Knows of it, but it's still kind of startling, especially the fact that, yeah, there's magic popping off at his feet. What the hell, Winn? And he's going to
isn't close enough to hurt him.
Yeah, it isn't, but still. He's going to pick a random direction and mold earth. Just because, hey, maybe he'll catch Winn, and Winn will run into it and trip because difficult terrain. So he just picks a random direction and does that.
D20, does he know? Hey, he does know. I think he's gonna use his shoes fancy flying shoes.
Oh, you fucker.
And he's doing all this with, like, his usual grin on his face. The grin of a fucking sweetheart. Give me a moment. Let's see. That's a 14 to stealth.
Well, we'll see if Craigory's roll beats that. That's a +5. Yeah, 16. Craigory spots like an almost ghostly apparition of Winn floating in the air.
Alright.
And
you are free to do with that what you will.
Well, he's gonna magic missile back. Oh.
Alright.
And considering the extreme level difference between these two, it's like, do you even want me to roll damage? Winn is not going to get hurt.
Let me roll a dex saving throw, and then if he does lower than like a 15, then yeah. Roll damage. Okay.
Craigory's jaw just drops in outrage as Winn dodges magic fucking missile. He's like...
He does with, like, dancing twirl up in the air.
Just mock outrage fury. Just... How is that fair? That's not supposed to miss.
Dancing has many uses, my dear boy. You can use it for more than just spiking punch.
The power of dance doesn't save you from magical effects.
It can if you believe hard enough.
That's not how it works. And he has a beat on Winn, so he's just gonna start running at them. They're in the air, but start running closer to him.
Alright. Should we roll initiative?
You know what? That's a point. Yeah, I guess we're in initiative now. It's a dance battle.
God. It's a dance wizard battle. Wizard duel. God.
I think it's safe to say Winn goes first.
Winn.
Yeah, a 26 beats a 6.
God.
Alright. What's Winn doing? More magic missile?
Okay. No, actually. What else can he do? What can you do, my dude?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a motherfucker.
Yes. Yes.
And, cast Geyser.
Okay, what does Craigory need to roll for that?
Intentionally making them really small. So there were, little holes in the ground underneath your feet, Craigory. And, as you're running. And they start spouting really hot water and steam. I'm going to ignore the vast majority of this bit. And just say to roll a dex save.
No matter the outcome, there's undignified shrieking. Hey, there we go. 17 plus 2 is gonna be a 19. Undignified shrieking. Craigory is still furious, and there's like a howl of cheater, but I think with all this, it's fair to say that Winn has like placed those geysers strategically, so the best way for Craigory to avoid them is to, do some dancy box step 1, 2, 3, which he does pretty well without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 1, 2, 3 and spin out with a flourish, and he's just glaring up at Winn.
You want to make an insight check?
Absolutely. And instinctively did it with Darcy's Parser, but 7. Boys, please.
All right,
Please.
Let me try and make a deception to see if I can roll
Insight
lower than
better,
that.
for the love of God. Either of you.
I am going to roll that at disadvantage.
9.
God damn it.
Almost.
God damn. He just seems like he's smiling, but you can't really tell why. Might be a shit-eating grin.
Well, unfortunately, because a 7 does not beat a 9, Winn, Craigory actually gets madder. Winn might get the distinct sense that Craigory thinks he's being made fun of.
There's a distinct frown at that, but it's only there for a moment. And,
But, if that
it
was
is now
Winn's
your
go.
turn.
How
Yep.
high off the ground is Winn?
God, I would say like 30 feet.
Oh, okay, so not jumpable at all. Gotcha. Or,
No.
Unless. Craigory does have jump the spell. I don't know what a creature's jump distance is. The spell just says it's tripled. Do we just want to say he would be able to do 30 feet and have a try at grabbing onto Winn's legs and specifically try to take off one or both the shoes?
Yeah.
Here we go. Call this acrobatics? All right.
Go for it.
Okay. Cool. That is a 21.
That's over. That is. I'm gonna say that does it.
Yeah. Craigory
You
just
really only need to grab one of them.
Yeah. Craigory springs off the ground and Winn has him on like,
Because the way that those
wow.
shoes work.
He'll aim for one leg, grabs on, has made that jump magically enhanced, and is just hanging on, grabbing onto one of those shoes, and is just going to fall to the ground, shoe along with it.
Alright, I am going to make a dex save because Winn doesn't want this boy to get hurt. At 16, he casts Featherfall immediately. on Craigory.
Floats gently to the ground.
And also himself.
That's Craigory's turn. He holds up that shoe and just blows a big, huge raspberry. What now?
You do know the reason why. I mean, shoe or no shoe. He just starts floating back up again.
What? What?
I do still have my wand.
That's not fair.
He the spell fly.
Narrowed eyes, puts the shoe in hammer space. Good luck getting that back. But it is Winn's turn again.
Alright. Let's see. What can he do to make this fun for him?
Craigory was having fun. He just got he just didn't do a good insight.
Winn is going to go behind him for a moment and cast Spider Climb on Craigory and then shoot off. Which means he can run along the trees if he wants.
The trees that some of them are walking and moving around. Fun. And
speaking of the trees walking and moving around, make me a dex save again.
Hell yeah. Oh. 14.
So the trees don't seem to really notice either one of you. And so when some of the trees are walking over you, they aren't watching where they're stepping with their roots. So some of them do try to stick into the ground, and since they don't realize that you're there really, they do almost hit you. But it seems to be in that weird pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ha! Get into the rhythm.
So, hee-hoo, you can dodge it like that.
Yep. I think it's once he realizes there's a pattern, it's like, aha. He's able to dodge and move around, and it's not quite graceful, but it's certainly functional. Move into the rhythm.
Mm-hmm. And that is Winn's turn, since he cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
So it is now Craigory's turn.
It sure is. Quick look at spells for anything entertaining. Yeah, you know what? The last spell slot's being blown on another magic missile. You know, fair's fair. Make Winn dance and dodge around.
That is the point, yeah. They're both supposed to be dancing.
I feel like it's as he's doing the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 move through the roots that he's shooting this off.
Alright.
With the 14, he doesn't break stride.
Hell yeah. And let me roll dex to see how Winn does. It's a 7. Oh, God. So, Winn, I'm going to say that he's disarmed. He doesn't quite dodge it well enough, and it hits one of his hands. And that makes him let go, and his wand falls to the ground, and thankfully I'm going to say that he was low enough to the ground to be able to jump on the limbs and the roots of one of the walking trees and then just run down them.
Very cool, very anime.
But he does turn, and he is beaming. And he's gonna run. He's gonna grab his wand first, put that away. And I'm gonna roll him performance to see if he can dance his way through the trees. That's an
yeah,
18.
he can.
You want to roll a performance with advantage?
Considering his performance is a -1, do we want to keep that or do we want to have it be Dex?
We can switch it to be dex based, I think. I actually have a. I'll actually tell you about this after the game, but.
Oh, fun.
He-hoo.
Secrets. Secrets. All right. He's doing all right. He's improving. That's a 16, continuing to keep in stride with the rhythm of the plants. He's kind of fully realized what's going on with the rhythm there. And, you know, when you get used to something, you start adding your own little flourishes.
Mm-hmm.
And Winn's also doing it, and again, is kind of following Winn's lead. So, yeah. Yeah. He doesn't quite realize it, but yeah, that's kind of dancey.
Yeah. And eventually Winn is being obvious in the fact that it's dancey. Because, like, he's absolutely being elegant about it. Because this is kind of... He's used to this.
And seeing
like,
that...
this is a part of his job.
I feel like it's seeing
eventually he
that...
makes his way over.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's Craigory sort of seeing that and realizing, hey, he's kind of doing the same thing, and yeah, no, this is actually kind of fun. So this is what Winn meant about, like, feeling it rather than dedicated steps. It's adapting.
Hell yeah. Winn eventually dances his way over and takes Craigory's hand as he's doing a little twirl around him and pulls him into a dance together.
And Craigory does laugh.
Sense now?
Yeah. Do we want to do one final performance to, like, cap it off?
Yeah. And I'm going to say that Craigory has advantage.
Well, he already got a dirty 20, so let's see.
When gets a nat 1?
Holy shit. So Craigory got a dirty 20. Winn got a nat 1. Oh. Oh, Craigory is just, like, the light bulbs have clicked. He's just gotten it, and then Winn. How does Winn crit fail this?
Oh god, I feel like he's in his 40s, not as agile as he used to be. Also was just overtaken by the joy that it's starting to make sense for Craigory, and he did in fact explain it in a way that Craigory could understand, which is a very good feat. And that's something that he's proud of Craigory. There is a lot of pride, and so he is overcome with emotions, not paying attention. All of a sudden, his foot hits a tree root that has taken root right next to him. And he goes to trip.
Does he take Craigory down with him?
Well, that depends. What does Craigory do with that nat 20, with that dirty 20? God.
I feel like just for entertainment's sake, he was still holding on pretty good and gets pulled down when Winn trips and crashes.
Do you want to say that Craigory does the dip in return?
Oh, yo.
Something that he learned from Winn?
Yo. Yeah, yep. There we go.
Something that doing?
He felt and saw Winn do it once. And now here he does doing it again. He's taller, he's got a +1 in strength, he's in the zone, he does it. And there was no thinking involved,
Yeah.
he just did it. Success.
Winn looking up, and there is just a beaming smile.
Craigory's grinning back, kind of breathing hard because that was a workout for him. I think this is the way better dance floor than the reception hall.
An amazing job. Well, dancing is what you make it. And you have every opportunity to turn that dancing hall into something a little bit more suitable.
Yeah, I think I will. Craigory doesn't seem to know what to do with the compliment, so seems to just kind of is visibly kind of giddy, but also is kind of ignoring it.
Okay. And Winn is going to start, like, trying to get up, because, ow.
Yeah.
The man is in his 40s.
Oh, his joints. And it's an 11 to try and pull Winn up.
I'm going to say that succeeds.
Yeah. Just onto feet, and he will sheepishly reach into hammer space and get back that whole shoe he stole. Yeah, Winn gets a shoe back.
Winn will very much so thank him and quickly put that shoe back on. Does the little hop as he tries to pull it on. Semi off balance, like fumble a little bit as he steps back into it.
So, not quite looking at Winn. Thanks. Thanks for this. This was actually, I think I get it, but thanks for taking the time to actually, like, teach me, explain, sort of.
I am not always my best with words, but I am always willing to try.
That's better than some people.
So. I thank you for sticking with me and trying to learn. As promised, here's your reward, and with his wand, he does bring the bowl over as the trees themselves seem to start to settle back into their places. Maybe not the same place that they were in before.
And what happens when Craigory has some of this punch?
Well, I mean, he can either wait until, like, he's in the car with Hant to drink some, or he can drink some now. Depends on what he wants to do. Either way, Winn will be taking him back to where they were. And it's just goodbye.
Yeah, Craigory's going to do it when Jenny's there, because if she doesn't like what happens, then he can point at Winn, and Winn gets yelled at.
Winn is gone.
Whatever, like, funky, funny, magical effect happens because he who wizards. He turns purple.
I was about to say, like, any accent of color turns, like, a random color, and he looks like a rainbow.
Oh, excellent. And Winn will get to hear later about how that party went down. I'm sure it'll be a tale. But, unless you got anything else, is that waltzing around responsibility?
I think so.
Nice. Thank you for playing with this last minute idea. Hell
Thank
yeah.
you. Hell yeah.
All right. See everyone later.
Thank you for playing with me.